Hi to my amazing next gen. So Gen Zs and Gen Alphas. This video is specifically for you as we start the year 2026. I do love to send up some encouragement to all of you as we start the new year. And so for this year, I'm going to start it with sharing with you something I believe about you. Actually, when I say something, some things that I believe about you. Number one is that you are capable of doing more than you did last year. You're more capable than your last year's results. You are not defined by how 2025 went. Not at all. This is a new season for you. You have something very valuable to offer this year. And also, I want you to believe that you can grow in areas that you struggled with in the past. And finally, you are allowed to start again. You are allowed to press that reset button. You are allowed to say, okay, these are the things that went well last year. These are the things that didn't go well last year. These are the things I want to do better in this year. You are allowed to do that without shame, without judgment. You are allowed to do that. I believe so much in you. And I want you to remember that I believe so much in you. Okay. So I think the first thing that I want to share, first of all, I'm going to share some reminders for us. And the first reminder that I want to share, or the first golden point I want to share for 2026, is that 2026 is not 2025. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes, young people, even including adults as well, one of the biggest mistakes that we make is a lot of times we carry last year into the new year as if nothing can change. But 2026, I love this, 2026 does not owe 2025 an explanation. Not at all. Not at all. Your grades, your mistakes, your confidence levels or motivation from last year, it does not get to decide what this year becomes. I want you to remember that. Don't judge 2026 with what happened in 2025. 2025 has happened. Yeah, we're going to pick up the lessons from 2025, but we're not going to dwell on 2025. We're not going to sit inside 2025. Today is a new day and it's a starting point for all of us. So I want to share some mindsets that would really help us in 2026 to really thrive in 2026. Because for me, I believe that 2026 is a thriving year for each and every one of us, irrespective of your grade. So when I say grade, irrespective of your class, irrespective of whether you're going to take big exams this year or not, it's a thriving year for all of us. And the number one mindset that we've got to kind of put into place in our minds for 2026 is that we've got to think about growth over perfection. You see, in 2026, you don't need to get everything right. Not at all. You do not need to get everything right in 2026. You just need to keep getting better. That's really what it is. And that's what growth is about. Growth is about how do I get better from my yesterday? How do I get better from my yesterday? Another day, how do I get better from yesterday? That's what growth is about. So it's not about perfection. We're not aiming for perfection because perfection is an illusion. Okay? Perfection is never achieved. That's the number one mindset, growth over perfection. Number two mindset is effort over comparison. You see, in 2026, I want us to stop asking, am I better than them? Rather, we should be asking, am I better than yesterday? Am I growing from yesterday? That's the key. So it's effort over comparison. Let comparison not feature anywhere near all of us in 2026. Think about your growth more than comparing yourself to other people. And then the third mindset I want to share is a mindset of ownership. This is the year where we need to take responsibility for everything that we want to achieve this year. This is not the year to wait on when our parents tell us, have you done your homework? Go and do your homework. Go and stop playing on the phone. Stop. This is not the year for that. This is the year to take ownership for what you want to achieve because you deserve it. It's about deciding, this is my year to show up. This is my year to be better. This is my year to do more. This is my year to achieve more. This is my year to become more. That's really what it's about. So it's that ownership mindset that I will encourage all of us to take on in 2026. The next bit I want to kind of share is about, like, yes, I can motivate you. I can say, oh, come on, guys, let's go do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yes, motivation is great. But what happens is, if our inner drives hasn't shifted, then the motivation would just last for a minute or so and die off. But in 2026, we don't want that. In 2026, we want to ignite our inner drive, the inner drive in you that says, do you know what? This is not about, oh, I need to do this because I'm afraid of what the teachers will say, or I need to do this because I don't want my mom or dad to say something. This is not about being constantly reminded. This is about you deciding, you know what? I care about my future. And my future is not just waiting there. My future starts today. So it's about you deciding, I care about my future. It's about you deciding, I want more for myself. It's about you deciding, I am willing to do the work even when no one's watching. And this inner drive starts with belief. And that's why I started this video with the belief that I have in you. You are capable of doing more. You are capable of achieving. You are capable of thriving. But I've told you that because that's what I know about you. The key is now, what do you know about yourself? And that's where this inner drive matter comes in. And what I encourage young people to do is keep speaking over your life. That's how your inner drive is ignited. So when I say, I believe that you are capable of more, I'd encourage you to tell yourself, I believe I am capable of more. So everything I've shared with you, with what I believe about you, you share it to yourself. I believe I'm capable. I believe I can do better this year. I believe I'm more disciplined. I believe I can be more focused this year. Repeat it to yourself. And the more you repeat it to yourself, the more you grow. The more you repeat it to yourself, the more you believe it. The more you repeat it to yourself, the more you hear it. The power of hearing, the more you can hear your voice say those things, the more you believe it. And the more you believe it, the more your inner drive is ignited to do the work that it requires. Because we're not just going to say, oh, I'm capable of this, and then we sit down and do nothing. No, I'm capable of this. It needs habits, it needs discipline to be able to be capable of what it is that we're saying that we're going to be. So that is really, really key. So I'm going to share three things here: your goals, your habits, and your discipline. These are the things that are going to help you to become the more capable you in 2026. Remember, I'm saying it's the more capable you. You are capable in 2026. You're going to even be more capable in 2026. So let's make this practical. So your goals. Where are you going? What are your goals? What are your goals for 2026? And when we talk about goals, what are your specific goals for 2026? What are you aiming for in 2026? For example, you might have academic goals. You want to say, by the end of 2026, I want to improve in one subject I struggled in last year. Maybe you struggled in maths, maybe you struggled in geography. Whatever you struggled in, you're now telling yourself, in 2026, I want to improve. And also back it up with what grade you want to get. So be specific. Don't just say, I want to improve, I want to be better. What are you going to get in that subject that's going to show you that you improved? So you've got to be specific about it. Okay, so that's really key. Another goal that you can have is your personal growth goal. So in personal growth, like, you can say, you know what, by the end of this year, I want to be more confident in speaking up in class, in speaking up with my new friends, in speaking up when I go to new places. I want to be more confident. That's a personal growth goal. And I encourage young people to have personal growth goals, because your personal growth is so vital. It's actually as vital. It's as vital as your academic goals. I wanted to say it's more vital, but I'm just going to stick that it's as vital. It's as important as your academic goals, your personal growth goals. Okay. So I want to be more confident speaking up in class. That's a personal goal. Okay. And then what you can then do, what habits does is that habits would then help you get there. So you can have a goal, but if you don't have habits to accompany, if you don't have habits that you're going to do, then your goals will not work. Your goals will not be achieved. So you need the habits. The habits is actually how you get there, how you get to the goals. Okay. So habits are like small actions you repeat very, very on a daily basis that moves you closer to your goals. So for our academic goals, we can say, okay, my habit for this is my habit for my improving in that subject, we can say, okay, I'm going to spend 20 minutes of focused revision and practice, maybe 3 times a week, 4 times a week. That's the habits that is going to help you with the goal. Okay, so you always make sure when you set a goal, you also set a habit that will help you get to the goals. Okay, if it was, for example, of the personal growth that we had, you can then say, oh, okay, you know what, the habit I'm going to do is I'm going to aim to speak up once a day, even if it just means me asking a question or sharing an idea. I'm going to make sure that I speak up once a day. And that's the habits that will help you to then achieve the goal that you chose. Okay. So when you think of goals this year, think about your goals and think about the habits that will help you achieve the goals. Okay. So that's really, really key. Okay. Fantastic. And then discipline is what protects the habits. So you've got the goals, you've got the habits, then you've got the discipline that will help you protect the habits. Okay. And discipline is not punishment, because I know a lot of times when we think of discipline, we think about punishment. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is how you protect the habits, how you stay consistent in that habit. That's what discipline is really all about. So, for example, in our academic goals of improving our grades, that was the goal. The habit was that we will study and revise 4 times a week extra. Okay. Now, the discipline about it is, okay, you know what? I'm going to study here, but also I know that I could be distracted. So I'm going to put my phone away. Putting your phone away in that time that you study, that's a discipline. So, what are you going to do to take off any distractions while you are studying? That is discipline. Okay. That is discipline. If it's for the personal growth, you can say, okay, discipline. If you do a sports, you play a sports or something, you want to say discipline is, okay, I must make sure that I get enough sleep so that by the next day, I'm very active to do what it is that I need to do. Do you see what I mean? So your goals, your habits, the discipline around it is very, very important. And then the fourth thing that then helps you for those goals are your values. Your values are like roadmaps that would then help you. Okay, so for example, in terms of your first goal of academic goals, the value that you can choose there could be consistency. You can say, okay, I want to work on being consistent. I want to be a consistent person. So because you want to be a consistent person, that's the value you choose. And what would then happen is that that value of consistency will guide you to be consistent, will guide you to study for the 4 times a week, will guide you to put your phone away, will guide you to stay committed to the goals that you achieved, that you said you're going to achieve. So your goals, your habits, the discipline, and the values, those 4 things are so vital for us to thrive in 2026. So, what are the goals you're going to choose? What are the habits that are going to accompany or that are going to help you get to those goals? And what is the discipline that is going to protect the habits? And then finally, what are the values that you are going to choose? And what I'm going to do at the end of this video, I'm going to also share a document. I'll share a document that has a list of values. Maybe what I can even do is, yeah, I'll share with you a list of values that you can use to accompany your habits and the discipline. Actually, now that I'm even just sharing this, I might share samples of goals, habits, discipline, and values that will work together, and just put it as a resource that will help you then in choosing your goals. It will just give you an idea of how to mix. Okay, these are the goals I have. Then what are the habits I need? What are the disciplines for those habits? And what are the values that will help me to get there? Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'll share that as well as a separate resource for each and every one of you.